The market is shifting, cloud adoption is accelerating, and our competitors are nipping at our heels. We need to be proactive, not reactive.
We've seen these shifts before, Sarah. We're Oracle. We adjust, we adapt, we conquer. Exactly. We need to double down on our cloud offerings. More innovation, more features, more value for our customers.
But at what cost? Rushing into new technologies without proper vetting could expose us to vulnerabilities. We need to be cautious.
Caution is necessary, David, but not paralysis. We can't afford to be complacent. The landscape is changing too rapidly. We need to embrace these changes and lead the way.
Jenna is right. This isn't just about keeping up, it's about staying ahead. We need to be the ones defining the future of enterprise technology. So, how do we embrace this change, practically speaking? What are the concrete steps we need to take?
Innovation sprints. We carve out dedicated time, no distractions, just pure brainstorming. We've done it on a small scale, let's roll it out company-wide.
That sounds chaotic. We need structure, a clear process for evaluating ideas, not just a free-for-all. Remember the Project Chimera fiasco?
Chimera was a learning experience. Besides, structure stifles creativity. We need to empower our engineers, give them the freedom to experiment. There's a middle ground. We can create a framework, a set of guidelines, without being overly prescriptive. Maybe a dedicated innovation team reporting directly to Sarah?
An innovation team. It's worth exploring, but that brings us to growth. We're expanding globally, acquiring smaller companies left and right. How do we integrate these new teams, maintain our culture?
That's where efficient processes come in. Standardized onboarding, clear communication channels, and we need to be proactive about cultural integration. Town halls, cross-functional projects, make them feel like part of Oracle, not just an acquisition.
And what about infrastructure? Our servers are already groaning under the weight of our existing workload. Can they handle the influx of new data, new users?
We're investing heavily in cloud infrastructure, David. That's the long-term solution. But in the short term, we need to optimize our existing systems, streamline our processes. No more redundant databases, no more shadow IT.
So, partnerships. How do we strengthen our existing alliances and forge new ones? Mark, you've been working closely with Salesforce. What's your take?
It's about mutual benefit, Sarah. What can we offer that they need, and vice versa? Right now, their AI capabilities are outpacing ours in certain areas. We can leverage their Einstein platform, integrate it with our cloud services. Outsource our AI, we should be building our own, not relying on the competition. It's not about relying, Chloe. It's about speed to market. We can't develop everything in-house, not if we want to stay ahead. This is about strategic collaboration, filling the gaps, plus access to their customer base.
What about the security implications? Integrating with a third-party platform opens us up to vulnerabilities. Are we really willing to take that risk?
Every partnership involves risk, David. It's about mitigating it. Thorough security audits, ironclad contracts. We're not amateurs here.
Jenna's right. We need to weigh the risks against the potential rewards. Mark, put together a detailed proposal outlining the benefits and risks of the Salesforce integration. David, I want your team to conduct a thorough security assessment. Okay, moving on. Customer focus. How do we ensure we're truly meeting their needs, not just pushing our products?
More direct interaction. Forget the surveys. Let's get our engineers talking directly to the clients. Understand their pain points firsthand.
That sounds like a support nightmare. Our engineers are already stretched thin.
We can pilot it, select a few key accounts, see how it goes. And we need to be more proactive about gathering feedback, not just when things go wrong.
Agreed. And let's not forget about the data. We're sitting on a goldmine of customer data. Let's use it to personalize their experience, anticipate their needs.
Exactly. Data-driven decisions. Chloe, I want your team to analyze our customer data, identify key trends and opportunities. Let's use that to inform our product development, our marketing strategies.
Consider it done.
Good. Because ultimately, our success hinges on our ability to understand and serve our customers better than anyone else. We've talked about challenges, now let's talk about success. How do we keep pushing the boundaries?
Ambitious goals. We need to set targets that seem almost impossible. the kind that forces us to innovate, to think differently. Like what? Colonizing Mars? Hyperbole, Chloe. But the principle is sound. Think about our cloud infrastructure. Let's aim to be the undisputed leader, not just one of the pack. Double our market share in 3 years.
That's aggressive.
Good. It should be, but ambitious goals are useless if our people don't feel empowered to achieve them.
Exactly. We need to foster a culture where everyone feels valued, where they have the resources and support to take ownership.
More training programs, mentorship opportunities.
All of the above. And let's give them real responsibility. Delegate decision-making. Trust them to do their jobs.
Easier said than done. Some people buckle under pressure.
Then we identify them, train them, or move them into roles where they can succeed. It's about finding the right fit, not lowering the bar.
And continuous learning. The tech landscape is constantly evolving. We need to make sure our employees are staying ahead of the curve.
Online courses, industry conferences, we need to invest in their development.
Agreed, because ultimately our success depends on their success. Diversity, it's not just a buzzword, it's a strategic advantage.
Absolutely. Different perspectives, different backgrounds, it fuels innovation. We need to be proactive, not just ticking boxes, real initiatives.
Like what? We already have quotas.
Quotas are a starting point, David. We need to foster an inclusive environment where everyone feels valued, respected. Mentorship programs, employee resource groups.
And accountability. We can't just talk about diversity. We need to measure our progress, hold ourselves accountable.
Agreed. Transparency is key. Publish the data. Show where we're succeeding and where we're falling short.
That could be damaging.
Damaging to our egos, maybe, but ultimately beneficial. If we're serious about this, we need to be honest with ourselves.
Exactly. And accountability isn't just about diversity, it's about performance. Setting clear expectations, providing the resources people need to succeed, and then holding them accountable for results.
Ownership. That's what we're talking about. People need to feel like they own their work, that their contributions matter.
And if they don't deliver,
Then we address it, fairly and consistently, but we don't lower the bar. We raise them up. Ultimately, it all boils down to results. We can talk strategy and initiatives all day long, but if we aren't hitting our targets,
then what's the point? Exactly, it's about delivering. And that starts from the top. We need to lead by example, setting the bar high for ourselves.
Easier said than done. The market's volatile. There are factors outside our control.
Of course, but we can control our own performance, our own dedication, and that's what we need to emphasize.
Inspiring people to strive for greatness, not just meeting expectations, but exceeding them. And that comes down to vision.
exactly. A clear, compelling vision. Where we're going as a company and how we're going to get there.
A vision that motivates and mobilizes the workforce, gets everyone pulling in the same direction.
And what is that vision exactly? Beyond the usual corporate buzzwords?
To be the undisputed leader in cloud technology, to empower businesses around the world to achieve more than they ever thought possible, to build a future where technology solves the world's most pressing problems.
That's the kind of vision people can get behind.
So how do we make this vision a reality?
We need the right people, top talent.
Easier said than done. Everyone's after the best and brightest.
Which means we need to be aggressive, recruit early, offer competitive packages, and most importantly,
Create an environment where they want to stay. Training programs, mentorship opportunities.
Those are table stakes. Everyone does that. What makes us different?
opportunity, the chance to work on cutting-edge projects to make a real impact, and
A culture of innovation, where it's safe to experiment, to fail, to challenge the way things have always been done.
That's key. We can't be afraid to disrupt ourselves.
Easier said than done when you have shareholders breathing down your neck.
Then we manage expectations, explain that innovation requires risk, and that sometimes those risks don't pay off.
but when they do, that's when we leap ahead. That's when we change the game. And that brings us to communication, transparency, keeping everyone in the loop.
No more information silos. We need to be proactively sharing updates, both good and bad. Regular town halls, department meetings, even just quick email blasts.
As long as those emails aren't just more corporate jargon nobody reads.
Point taken, clear, concise, and relevant, and feedback. Honest, constructive feedback.
Two-way streets, not just top-down pronouncements.
which leads to adaptability. The market shifts, we shift with it.
Easier said than done with, again, those shareholders.
We show them we are ahead of the curve, always ready.
Agility, flexibility, nimbleness. Whatever buzzword you want to use, it means being able to pivot quickly.
And not being afraid to admit when something isn't working. Cut our losses and move on.
Customer satisfaction.
We can have the best technology in the world, but if our customers aren't happy, we're dead in the water. It's not just about selling them products, it's about building relationships, understanding their needs.
And exceeding their expectations. Going the extra mile.
So less move fast and break things, and more move thoughtfully and build loyalty?
Exactly. Customer centricity. It has to be at the heart of everything we do.